It was early morning when screams came from the house. A girl's cry so terrible, filled with pain and sobbing. Mom, please, Mom, leave me. She was crying while her mom beat her with an iron thin stick. Vine's body was bleeding, covered in bruises from the beating, while her dad is begging, wiping away tears, helpless. I warned you, you dare to leave that maid job? She kicked Vine in the stomach, making Vine cough as she cried, lying on the floor begging her mom to stop. Mom, please, I had to leave the job because the master wanted to ruin me. That's why I left it. Please understand me. Somehow Vine managed to expel her mom, and her mom finally stopped beating her. Her dad thought his wife had finally understood their daughter, and she just left from there. Vine, please leave from here. I can't see you being beaten up like this. I can't leave you, Dad. Suddenly, petrol started falling on her, and she, scared, looked back to see her mom pouring petrol on her angrily. Please, what you doing? Can't you see? I'm pouring petrol on you. I'll burn your whole body. Vine shook her head, trying to get up, crying, and a mess of red bruises all over her body, consumed by fear. Please don't kill me. I need to take care of my dad. Don't worry. I'll sell your dad's body to any maker or smuggler to gain money. First you die for denying my rules. It was clear she had decided to kill her daughter truly for leaving the job and denying her orders. Her dad screamed in despair, crying. Vine, please run away. Go. Vine looked at her dad, unsure of what to do. How could she leave her dad near her abusive mom? But she decided maybe she could get help from Mr. John. As she had witnessed how he helped her once, she tried to get up to run, but her stepmom kicked her again. This time Vine's head hit to the edge of the pillar, and her forehead started bleeding. Yet she refused to give up, knowing her dad would also die if she did. Meanwhile, the stepmother took the lighter and lit up, giving a psycho gaze as Vine is almost dying. Vine, trying to escape, slowly made her way to the door, not noticing the lighter. Die, my dear child. She laughed dangerously, but Vine looked back and shocked seeing the flames. Fear took over, and she tried to run, despite her bruised body refusing to cooperate. Just when it seemed like our hopes was gone, the front door suddenly burst open and broke apart. A man rushed in, his entrance forceful. Vine, blinded by tears, and hugged him, crying, begging for help. She whispered, her voice barely audible. Please save my dad, I'm begging you. Her words were muffled by tears and fear, but she managed to speak, hoping the stranger would understand her pain. She continued, Please, sir, help me. She felt his touch. She opened her eyes to find the man's hand on her shoulders, but her fear intensified when she saw Jungkook standing before her, the same man she had just. She quickly broke free and tried to stand, but her legs gave way, losing sense in give up. Master, please kill me if you want, but save my dad. How poor daughter, died you. She threw the lighter at Vine's unconscious body, but Jungkook cut it mid-air and slapped her, sending her crashing to the ground. She was stunned, unsure who this stranger was, why he had burst into their home, or why he had slapped her. How dare you slap me? Jungkook pulled her to her feet by her hair and slapped her again, even harder, making her to see stars in the daylight. Who are you? Why are you slapping me? He didn't respond, ignoring her questions as he pulled out his belt and began beating her mercilessly. She was screaming in pain and begging him to stop, but he just kept beating her. The guards heard her cries for help and ran in from outside to see the boss helping her. Vine was lying on the floor like a dead body. Her stepmom desperate to know why he was doing this, and she begged him to stop while trying to ask him, but he ignored her completely. Jungkook guards stumbled with fear as they saw Jungkook's danger angle. But when her stepmother also lost consciousness, Jungkook finally stopped. He threw down the belt and turned to see Vine, then walked towards her. For the first time, he gently took her bruised body into his lap. noticing the smell of petrol on her. His eyes filled with pity as he took in her condition, unsure why he felt such a strong surge of emotion seeing her like this. He had come to punish her, but he was shocked by her state. He still couldn't believe that she had asked him to save her dad without asking him to save her too. Maybe this selfishness was what moved him to help her in her situation. He turned to his guards, his anger still evident, and ordered, "Take her to the basement." One of the guards stepped forward, nodded, and took her mom away with him. But the other guard spoke up. "Boss, there is another person here, unconscious." Jungkook turned to see an old man in a wheelchair, but firstly he ignored him. But as he took a closer look, his eyes widened in shock. "No, it can't be Mr. Kim." He stumbled backward, his eyes fixed on the old man. Then his gaze fell upon a childhood photo of the wall, a picture of childhood photo, Wine with her father, and Jungkook himself looking at Wine with a shy expression. The realization hit him like a ton of bricks. This Wine was his childhood lover, Sweetie. Sweetie? He exclaimed, bursting into tears with a sudden surge of emotions. Jungkook rushed to Wine's side, scooped her in his arms, and shouted, "Guards, get the car!" The guards, flinched by Jungkook's chaotic actions, hurriedly obeying and rushing to prepare the vehicle. The doctors were working tirelessly to save Wine's life, fighting to keep her alive as she was almost on the edge of the death. Meanwhile, Jungkook stood outside the room, overcome with emotion, his body shaking with sobs. His father, Mr. John, tried to comfort him, placing a concerned hand on his shoulder. "Jungkook, you are a mafia king. Compose yourself. She will be okay." "Damn the mafia king. What's the point of this power if I couldn't even protect my lady?" Just as Jungkook's tears began to fall, a nurse came from another room and announced, "The patient has regained consciousness. You can go in now." Mr. John nodded, and Jungkook hurriedly wiped away his tears, rushing towards the room. As he entered, Wyan's dad looked up, startled, and saw Jungkook approaching him with teary-stained eyes. "I don't know who you are, but thank you for saving us." Jungkook's voice cracked as he replied, "You still don't recognize me? I'm Bunny, the boy who used to come to your home for your daughter when I was 15. Bunny's dad's eyes widened in shock as he whispered, "Bunny?" He stared intensely at Jungkook's face, taking in every feature, and suddenly the truth dawned on him. Jungkook nodded, his eyes still red from crying. "Yes, it's me. Now tell me, who is that man who tried to kill Wine? And what happened to your legs? The doctor told me you are paralyzed. What's going on?" Wine's dad took a deep breath, recollecting the painful memory. "It started when I received a call from the city hospital informing me that Wine's mom had passed away during treatment. I took my daughter and left our village to go to the hospital. After that, I couldn't bear to return to our village, and I didn't allow my daughter to go back either. But I made the mistake of marrying that heartless woman, thinking she would kill my daughter and probably loving her. But she started abusing my daughter. But when I confronted her, she stopped it. One fateful day, I was attacked by a group of men for no reason, leaving me with spinal cord damage and paralysis. After that, my wife's cruelty intensified. She used to beat her in front of me, abuse her, stopping her studies midway and forcing her to work since. My poor wife, she has been enduring this hell alone till now. My wife took care of me like a child, sacrificing her own well-being. Yesterday, she quit her job due to her master's harassment. And today my wife tried to kill her for leaving the job, defying her. Jungkook's eyes swelled up with tears as he listened to Wyan's story, concerned by regret and ashamed. He finally understood why his girlfriend had left him. Wyan's father continued to share more about her struggles, but Jungkook couldn't bear to hear it. Finding it too painful, he quickly left. Doctor, how is Wine? She is all right. Jungkook asked, trying to step inside, but the doctor held his hand and stopped him. She lost a lot of blood, and I have scheduled another transfusion from the same day. But I was shocked to see the extent of bruises on her body. Those bruises will heal soon, right? The visible ones will heal quickly, but the ones on her stomach and other areas will take months to recover. There are also signs of trauma in some private areas. I'm sure you understand what I mean. Jungkook was frozen shocked by the extent of Wine's injuries. What? Her whole body is covered in bruises? I wanna see her right now. Yes, please, go see her, but don't disturb her. Jungkook nodded and entered the room, his heart heavy with emotion. Two days had passed, and Jungkook refused to leave Wine's side, eagerly awaiting her awakening so he could apologize. One evening after the nurse changed Wine's hospital gown, Jungkook entered the room, passing the nurse on his way. Don't worry, sir. She is all right. He looked at her sadly. Thank you. She is lucky to have a partner like you, who cares for her day and night, never leaving her side. Jungkook's expression was blank, leaving the nurse with the thought of that he was Wine's partner. She smiled and left the room, unaware of the complexity of their relationship. Jungkook gently took Wine's hand in his, caressing it softly. Sweetie. He paused, not wanting to disturb her. His eyes welled up with tears as he continued in a low tone. I'm sorry, Wine. Please wake up. Don't be afraid of your stepmother. Our God's beating her. She is being begging for mercy, promising to apologize to you too. He stopped as Wine's eyes began to flatten on bed. Jungkook's face lit up with hope. Dad, she whispered, her voice weak, trying to focus through the blurry vision. Your dad is fine. He is resting at home. I have appointed a caretaker, Ruby, to take care of him. She has been looking after him, making sure he is comfortable and safe. But as soon as Wine heard his voice, she sensed who he was. Her eyes widened in fear, and she gazed at him with a mix of terror and confusion. She saw that he was holding her hand, suddenly pulled it back, letting out a scream. Hey, don't shout. Wine, I'm sorry. Please leave me. I'm scared. She tried to get up from the bed, but her body was too weak. I won't hurt you, sweetie. Please trust me. She was taken aback, her eyes widening in shock. When he called her sweetie, a term only her beloved bunny used to call her. Don't tell me you are him. Tears dropped from his eyes. Unfortunately, yes, I'm Bunny, your childhood love. When I revealed I was part of the mafia, you got angry and left me. I thought you had really left me, not knowing the same day your mom passed away, and your dad took you to another city, leaving you in the care of your stepmother. He was speaking, but Wine's eyes began to blur again due to tears. She had never suspected that he was her bunny, her first love. When she was 13 years old, as they grew up, their appearance changed, making them unrecognizable to each other. Moreover, they had never shared their secret names with each other, even when she became his maid. I love you, Wine. She chuckled sadly, holding back her tears as she sat up straight. What did you say? He thought she would forgive him and start a relationship again, unaware that it was impossible for her. He hesitated to repeat again himself, unsure of how to respond to her question. There was no fear on her face like before she used to whenever he was around. Now he saw a new courage in her. He thought maybe she already considered him her lover again. That's why she was courageous, not seeing him as her master. I'm sorry, and I love you so much. Don't you dare say you love me. He flinched at her outburst. When you harassed me that day, you lost the right to deserve my love. How can you claim to love me after terrorizing me as my master? Oh wait, did you think saving me from my mom would earn my forgiveness and love you too? No, I'll never love you again. You're just she. Please, Ryan, think again. I'm deeply regretful for my behavior towards you. You mean everything to me, and I promise to you, never touch you like that again. Regret more than that, but never expect my love in return. Now get lost. Jungkook's eyes welled up with tears as he tried to hold her hand. Please, Ryan, give me a chance. I love you. Get lost. Jungkook's face turned to desperate sobs as the doctors and nurse rushed in. By Ryan's screams, one of them grasped Jungkook's arm and led him away, still crying and begging for another chance. Please don't disturb her. She is patient, might lose her senses again. I just want to tell her how much I love her. I understand, but it seems like she is not willing to listen to you right now. Give her time. Time heals everything. Please don't pressure her mental state again. She is too weak. If you truly want her to recover soon, please lean on. We will keep you updated on her condition. Jungkook steeled himself, his heart heavy with sorrow, and slowly walked away. Ryan sent Ruby back to John Master, denying her as a kid took on the responsibilities herself like before. She is taking care of her dad alone, working as a server in a small restaurant during the day. Jungkook tried to meet her many times, but his courage wasn't enough to face her. But he is secretly following her daily, from her home to the restaurant in the morning and back home at night. Ryan would have been happy after getting rid of her abusive stepmother and living a peaceful life with her dad, free from harm. But she couldn't find happiness because of Jungkook. Although he saved her from her stepmother, she was struggling to accept his apology and love due to deep pain he had caused her. His part had overweighed her present freedom, leaving her unhappy despite her newfound life. And one day Jungkook finally gathered the courage and approached her again, hoping that time had healed her wounds and she would accept back into her life. You left me suddenly, that's why I changed like that. I thought all girls were like that. Ryan tries to walk away, but Jungkook blocks her back and begging, please, just listen to me once. Just once, please don't ignore me. What else I left to say that could change anything? Her expression of mix of sadness and frustration. Is it that easy to forgive them? I accept your side of the story and forgive you wholeheartedly and welcome you back with open arms. When you revealed your truth, I was terrified. I was just a child, Jungkook. 13 years old. The thought of my sweet bunny being a part of the mafia was hard. I was scared, so scared. So I ran away from you, but I realized how honest you are with me. So I wanted to come back to you. But fate had other plans. My dad took me away, telling my mom had passed away. I tried to return to the village, to you, but my stepmother kept me prisoner. But the worst prison was my own mind, Leave it. But now you are here, clearing the comfort of my presence. The one I was glad for so long. But I don't want you now. You are the dangerous devil, the wild witch, who tried to break me, a mafia king, who saw me as nothing more than a possession I made to serve you. And yet, you stand before me, expecting me to forgive you and love you, as if I was just a loyal girlfriend. You forget that you forced me to obey. I still remember how your words and warnings scared me, made me shake with fear. Even your touch still haunts me. You want me to go back to being the girl I was used to be? I'm not her anymore. You already broke me with your power and control. You hurt me so much that I will never be the same innocent girl who loved you without question. I won't let you get it back. Please, I'm sorry. I have changed myself. I even left my profession. I'll do whatever you want to prove it. Give me a chance. Is it that easy to change just because you found that I'm your girlfriend? What if you hadn't found out? You could have continued to break me. You made under your control as my master. And why did you come to my home that day? To beat me, right? And by the way, why are you calling me Won? You used to call me by those names, not my name. You don't deserve to use it. Jungkook's tears aren't stopping. She isn't melting. Now he doesn't understand how to make her to accept him. He knelt it down before her without showing any ego. His eyes, red, perfect from crying, looked up at her with a deep pain. His face, he begged her silently, his hands clasped together in begging, hoping against hope that she would see the depth of his regret and forgive him. Please, I'm very, very sorry. I shouldn't have gone to those names, treated you like that, behaved like that. I have regretted every day since then. I want you one, please. Her expression was unreal. She didn't show any concern for him. She was about to walk, but he grasped for her hand, holding it through his sobbing. Please, don't leave me. Give me a chance. I'm begging you one. I would rather die than giving you a chance. With that, she harshly pulled her hand from his grasp and walked away, leaving Jungkook shattered and broken, his tears falling to the ground.